Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to deconstruct something called the SG Max DDMR system. We're going to dive into how this model claims it can turn your online gaming into a full-blown, profitable business. And here's the key part. We're only going to use their own documentation to see how it's all supposed to work.
Okay, so right off the bat, their marketing hits you with this line. Gaming is no longer just play, it's profit. Now think about that. They're not just talking about getting lucky on a single bet. The whole idea here, the big promise, is that you can build a steady, continuous stream of income just from the act of betting itself. So how on earth do they say that works?
So, in their own documents, they lay it out like this, kind of like two big gears working together. You've got SGMX, which is what they call the venue. That's pretty straightforward, right? It's just the platform, the place where all the gaming happens. But then you've got the other gear, DDMR. And that is what they call the mechanism, the engine that's supposed to take all that gaming and somehow churn it into real profit. To really get a grip on this, we're going to walk through the exact journey they map out for a new user. We'll start with how you get in the door, then how you actually unlock your earnings, which is a big step, and then we'll look at how you climb the ranks, all the way up to tapping into what they call their profit-sharing engine. Okay, first things first, how does this whole thing even start? I mean, how do you go from just being a regular player to becoming what they call a partner in the whole operation? All right, so the first step, it all comes down to a very specific number, a specific amount of money. But, and this is the really interesting part, it's not about paying that money. It's about what you do with it. It's probably not what you're expecting. And that magic number, the one you see again and again in their materials, is 1,680 Philippine pesos. So the big question is, what's this 1,680 pesos all about? Now, you're probably thinking, okay, so it's a sign-up fee, right? A one-time payment to get access? Well, according to their own documents, nope, it's something else entirely. So here's their logic. That 1,680 pesos isn't a fee that you pay to them. They call it a betting turnover requirement. What that means is you have to place bets, wager money, that totals 1,680 pesos. And get this, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. You just have to hit that total amount wagered. Once you do that, boom, your account is activated and you become what they call a green member. Okay, so you've done it. You hit the turnover, you're a green member, your account's active. Great. But how do you get your money? How do you actually get paid? Well, that brings us to the next step, which is all about unlocking something they call your cash box. And this right here is a super important difference. As a green member, you can actually start building up earnings. You'll see the number go up, but that money is locked away. Think of it like a digital piggy bank with no key. You can see the cash piling up inside, but you can't get it out. Not yet, anyway. So how do you get the key to that cash box? You have to level up to what they call a full qualified member, or an FQM for short. Their own documents compare it to finally getting the password to your online bank account. And the way you get that password is by building a team. You need to bring in 6 other green members under you to unlock your own money. All right, so now you're an FQM, you've unlocked your cash box, you can access your earnings, but the path doesn't stop there. The system then shows you how to climb even higher, moving from just being a member to actually taking on a kind of managerial role. And that next rung on the ladder is called the branch marketer. Now, to get to this level, you need to help 7 people on your team become FQMs themselves. And if you do that, the documents say you get a fixed monthly management fee on top of all the other commissions you're already earning from your network. From there, we get to what is basically the top of the food chain in this system. The whole journey they've laid out leads to this one position, the regional CEO. And they describe this role as having some pretty serious authority and, well, some pretty significant rewards. Yeah, getting to the master agent level is really positioned as the end game. Their materials don't just call you a member anymore. At this point, you're a regional CEO, which they describe as being a full-on business partner, or maybe even a co-owner of the platform itself. But getting there isn't automatic. It's not like you just wake up one day as a master agent. It's a whole formal process. You literally have to apply for it. You have to prove you can keep building your team by hitting a new FQM target, and then you have to get the final green light from company headquarters. And if you make it, well, here's what they say is waiting for you at the top.
We're talking major profit sharing, the ability to operate your own independent brand, and maybe the biggest one of all, what they call a direct stake in the company, actual equity. So this table does a great job of just laying it all out nice and clean. It's the whole ladder, right? You can see every single step of the progression, from that first 1680 turnover to become a green member, all the way up to master agent. All the requirements and all the key rewards we just talked about are right there. Okay, so we've seen the path, right? We know the ladder you're supposed to climb, but let's get back to the money. How does it really work? Let's pop the hood and look at the economic engine that they claim makes this whole thing run. And this is the absolute heart of their whole model. They make a huge deal about this point. Partners earn from turnover, not from player losses. You know, in a normal casino or betting site, the house makes money when you lose. But here, they claim it doesn't matter. Whether the people in your network are winning big or losing their shirts, you as a partner supposedly earn a commission on the sheer volume of their bets. It's all about activity. And the way that profit sharing works is broken down into two main types. First, you get a commission from the people you personally signed up. That one, they say, gets paid out in real time. But then you also get a second commission that's based on the activity of your entire network, your whole downline, and that gets calculated and paid out once a day. You know, this picture right here, which comes straight from their own materials, really tells the whole story they're trying to sell. It's this idea of transformation. You start as just a player, maybe even a gambler, and you end up as a digital landlord. Someone who isn't just playing the game anymore, but who kind of owns the building and collects rent from everyone else's activity. So there you have it. The documentation lays out this very clear path, right? It's all about turning players into partners, who then go out and recruit more players. But the real question to chew on isn't just what does it take to win inside the game? It's what kind of system are you building when the line between playing a game and running a business gets so blurry you can't even see it anymore? That's the thought I want to leave you with.